Hello, everybody. Tristan's here. As you guys would know, this is the first edition of Trist Time, which of course means story time with me. Basically, all my stories about creativity and about funniness and about expression. But most importantly, it's about life. And believe me when I always say, life is so precious. We should never take it for granted. Not one time, because we only get one time around this world. But as we all know, I did this story like last week about the homeless. Now I shared it with Facebook, but I want to share it with everybody around the world on here. Now, how many of you guys believe in caring for the homeless people? Do you all believe that? Because if you do, then your heart is very kind and everything. Most important, see, all of us may not have much. There's many of us that have a lot, and most of us have a little. But when it comes to the poor people, they don't have that much. When they look up, they don't see a roof over their head. They see the sky. When they walk around, they only see the streets. They don't see nothing warm, because around this time of the year, it'd be like really cold, sometimes hot. Sometimes they don't have no place, nice soft spot to sleep in. If you would see that, and you would see walking and everything else. But here's the other thing. Over more than 50 million people around the world are homeless and has no place to go, no fresh food to eat, and absolutely nothing to pass through the time. Believe me, there are people who are down their luck. There are like a mother is out there with 1 or 2 kids or 3 children, probably about almost 1 month old, or even 3 or 4, who are scared, cold, and hungry. And trust me when I tell you, no child should have to go through that. Not one. And there's also teenagers who are out on the streets, who are homeless. And believe me, too many of them. And they don't need that. And nobody don't deserve that. No kid or teenager have to go through stuff like that. Elderly people who are homeless too, sick, or their time on earth ain't gonna last very long because they can't afford Medicare or they can't afford anything else. They won't make it so long unless we help them. You have to understand something. People like all of us, we may not have much, but whatever we can give to the homeless people, like if we can give them food, you may not all have a lot, but just a little can help and change anybody's life. I mean, give them something warm to give. Give them something warm for the night. If you can't help them find a hotel room to stay in, give them something warm to sleep in. Or more than ever, if you don't have much money, I mean, it could be like even $1 or some sort of change. If anything in your pocket you can give to them, just go right ahead, because they need it more than we do. But now I'm gonna share this story because I've told this story before, but I'm pretty sure I want everybody around the world on YouTube to share my message because believe me, life is precious. But helping homeless people can of any kind, big or small, you can help them out. The smallest things or the biggest things, it will change their lives forever. Believe me, it will. Okay. Story is called Leftovers is the Right Answer for the Poor from Tupac Shakur. May God rest your soul. All right. What's up, everyone? So much thankfulness, so much love, and so much family left and right. But there are some who don't have that, and that's the poor everywhere. You look, there are so many different kinds of poor people, which there is. And many of them don't ever have a good Thanksgiving because they have nowhere to go, no place to call home, or nothing warm to eat. Most of them have children, young, no more than a month old. Elders people who are so sick and can't afford medicine and can't afford insurance and don't have nobody to help them pay off anything of their insurance to give them the medicine that they need to keep going in life. And if they may not make it much longer, like any poor person. See, there are a lot kind-hearted and hearted people in the world that would help any poor people, no matter how small or big they are, which is true. So many people. That's big. That's how that had. I mean, there are so many people big that has. There's some people out there, very big, and has all the money and power to solve the poor problem, but don't lift a finger to help. See, a lot of people who have a lot of money and have a lot of power to help a lot of poor people out there. They never hardly lift a finger to help them. I'm not saying a lot of them do. A lot of them are very heartless, but most of them are heartless. But there are some rich people that will help those poor people with a hot meal or a good shelter to sleep in, or usually bring them to their house so they can have something good to eat and warm to sleep. Believe me, I've seen that happen multiple times. Not all rich people are the same. Okay. You all know who I'm talking about. It's like the old saying. It's like the old thing I be talking about. They got money for the war, but can't feed the poor. A rich person, he or she, has everything, but can't share with those that has nothing. See, many of us who will have a wonderful Thanksgiving with family and loved ones, all of you will have leftovers. And I mean a lot of you. Had your portion, all of y'all had your food and you guys enjoyed it and all your stomachs are full and everything. You had yours. The poor should have the leftovers. We are all human. We should treat the poor like family because they need more food than us. They need more love than us. But more than ever, they need people to call family. Some of you may not have much, but whatever you can give, you change that poor person's life forever. And that's real. So believe me, you help any poor person. Doesn't matter who it could be, a man, it could be a woman, it can be a child, a teenager who is like probably pregnant, or some family kicked their kids out of making bad decisions. But believe me, that should never happen. You never give up on people that you love. So my thing is, when it comes to the poor, we should all pitch in and help them. Because believe me, they all need us. And we all need them to survive. Because life is precious. Never take it for granted. Because if you don't help them, because one day you see them, you never know that one day that might be you. Because you never know. So be grateful for what you have. Be thankful for what you have. Be thankful that you have food in your house. Be grateful and thankful that you have a roof over your head, a nice bed to sleep in. Be grateful that you have a job. Be grateful for everything in your life. For your family, be grateful for family. Be grateful for friends. If you have children, they're a blessing from God. But believe me when I tell you, the poor, really needs people who have a kind heart and don't ever think about themselves, but as much, but think about helping people. Because believe me, that's the key. The key of not being depressed. Because when you think you have everything and you still get depressed, helping people is the key. That's what I do. I help people every single day to let them see the different things about what life is supposed to be about. But that's my story about the poor. I hope you guys enjoyed that. This is my first edition of Tryst Time. Hope you guys like the story, and most importantly, keep in touch. I'll have more stories for all of you on YouTube and everything else. So from the bottom of my heart, remember, if you see a poor person, doesn't matter if you have much, just one little act of kindness, food, money, or love will change their life forever. Remember that. Love you.